everyone. I'm Christine Altieri. I'm the owner and founder of AE Events, and I am here today to bring you another edition of our Vendor Chronicles. With me today is my longtime friend, my other half of my brain, and co-owner of Max Ultimate Food, Neal Balkowitsch. Neal, hi.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Christine.
So nice to see you.
Likewise.
It's like so odd. We should be somewhere having dinner and a cocktail and not looking at each other on Zoom, but happy to see you and happy that you can do this with us today. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and the company and how we met?
Sure. So, hi, everyone. Like Christine said, I'm Neal Balkowitsch. I'm the co-founder and president of Max Ultimate Food. Along with my business partner, Dan Matthew, we started our company. It will be 20 years this coming end of this year.
Wow.
January 1st, which is remarkable to me.
Congratulations.
We thought we would give it a 10-year run. Here we are. People like you won't let us off the hook.
Sorry.
So anyway, previous to Max, I've always been in the food and beverage industry. I used to be in private clubs, country clubs. I moved to Boston 30 years ago to manage Pine Brook Country Club in Weston. I got to concentrate on the clubhouse facility, food and beverage, things of that nature. Lucky enough to have a fantastic discerning clientele. I learned a lot when I moved to Boston working there. Unfortunately for me, a lot of those clients helped springboard my business with Dan. In terms of the makeup, what we do, Dan and I both arrived with great clientele base. When we decided to start our company, we didn't even think it was going to be a catering company because we thought the schlepping factor and the amount of work it takes to create an event offsite was just too much to ponder. So for many months, we tried to consider what we would do as a company. We even thought we would have a restaurant or a nightclub, something like that. And thank God, yes. We changed paths and decided to do what we know what to do, and that is events, catering, things of that nature. When we started, actually, Christine, I met you probably...
I think we met when I was at the Pop.
At Papa, you worked with them. We worked initially together at Pine Brook at something, so that has to be...
I counted over 20, it's close to 27 years ago.
Yeah, I was going to say 25, and then I decided that I was trimming years off. I'm sure it's 27.
And we haven't changed a bit.
So in terms of the makeup of Max, Dan and I, it's unusual for a catering company to have the owners and the leadership also be key salespeople, but we always have been. That's the way it was set up from the very beginning. He would manage his clients, I would manage my clients. We frequently overlapped in clients. And then we have another sales team, which has generally been about 3 additional salespeople.
What's your clientele breakdown? I mean, social, corporate, how does it break down for you?
It's probably about 70% social, and another 30% is corporate, lots of nonprofit, retail. We built our business on social. So even when corporations are flush with money, they throw great parties.
Yeah.
Like in 2008, when that spigot of cash slowed down, lots of business slowed down. Ours didn't. We have a really loyal long-term following of clients.
I know that for a fact. What's your favorite part about a social event?
Well, social is easy because, well, they're all different. Social is fun, and I get excited about it because you get to create something that personally represents client. If it's something in their home, there's nothing more personal than having a party at home because you are who you are. You can't present anything other than who you are. And to have people arrive in your backyard for your daughter's wedding of 200, it's amazing. So I love that. I have legacy event clients that I've had for 30 years. And so for me, I'm going from generation to generation. So I get great satisfaction from that. For corporate, I like those because it's less pressure usually. We're not doing the one-off lifetime event like a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So putting aside whatever business aspect there is to corporate work, people who are in attendance are usually there for more social, and it's
fun.
more fun. A nonprofit, I'd say,
Yeah.
we've been lucky enough to be able to create fundraisers and galas for many of our nonprofits, many of whom are in the arts world. I mean, we are closely aligned and supported with the arts organizations. So they lean on us to create really fun, fresh events every single year that leans back into their brand. But we get to do something fun every year. That's a blast. But there is pressure. You know, I've been working the floors with you when the auction comes on, and the fundraising piece is crucial.
Right. And that's usually when I run and hide.
We know that it's not a party for the fun of it. It
Right.
has a mission. And so I feel so fortunate, Dan and I both do it, and now my team, that we are in a place that we get to support the community in a broad way.
No.
As single citizens, we could not have made such an impact.
Yeah, I think that is my thing with nonprofit. It just feels good to be doing the work that we do and knowing that there are people who are going to be better off for it. It's always sort of a great feeling. But it is hiding during the live auction or any of those going, please. What's the advantage of working with AE events or an event planner? Like, why for a caterer? It's, part of why we're doing this is because we don't, we partner with our clients, but we also partner with our vendors. We're only as good as the product that we bring to the table. So that's why we love working with Max. But what about an event planner? What's the advantage?
That's the magic answer right there. Generally speaking, if somebody's working with an event planner, I mean, what I look at an event planner's role is a general contractor.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting the vendors together, you're managing budgets, you're doing the logistics, you're helping them think about putting structure together on something that is super important and also a big investment.
Right.
It's a huge piece of it. In terms of working with AE events, I love working with the organization. I always have. It's been a tight organization. I think you have an expertise in gathering together really great vendors and knowing who the vendors are. So everybody, like for me, then I know that everybody else is going to be doing their work. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about the tent, or the power in the tent, or all of those kind of things that we are aware of and we will participate in. But we now get to concentrate on what we do best, and our expertise is food and beverage. Food and beverage, service, things of that nature.
I was just going to say, don't leave out service. I think your staff by far is one of the best in the industry, and service is so important. And I think that sometimes we take it for granted, but the training and the work that goes into that is huge.
Oh, it is. It's nonstop. And actually, and we always say our product is not just food and beverage.
Right.
It's service as well. Because
we're in the service industry. That's what we do. We're a service.
In the end, it's the total experience.
Right.
You could have fantastic food, but if you have a grumpy bartender or a server who doesn't know what's going on, or someone who's greeting them at at the front door with a lack of hospitality, it does not work in any of our favor.
No.
So anyway, you always gather top-notch vendors, and I'm proud to be included when that happens.
So one of the fun questions we've been asking, because, you know, there's got to be a little fun in this business or we wouldn't do it. So have you ever found yourself doing the old Joan Rivers, what are you wearing, with guests? You know, I know that we get to see so many people and meet so many people in this world, and I find that to be the best part of this job. But how about
Look, you know what the answer to that.
I know, because I've done it with you.
Unqualified, yes. Because, look, fortunately, we are lucky enough to see a lot. We go to events and parties constantly. We see things in a bigger, broader way than the average person in our society does. So that's the fun part. If there weren't the moments where you get to look at someone and think, I'm so happy for you, but you look ridiculous tonight, but you can't say that. Or you look at somebody and think, wow, you get the best, you get the prize for the best dressed, most beautiful, most gracious, most natural, whatever it is. You know, Donald will always give a woman the best dress award, always, because he notices it.
I mean, there's
And
a lot
if you're lucky enough to have the best couple award, it's even best. But so that, I mean, that's very that's optics. But what I get more of a kick out of is once the party is roaring, watching people on the dance floor. There's nothing more hilarious than seeing the mother of the bride, who has been so proper all day, have one too many glasses of champagne. She kicks off her shoes and she just gets boogieing down the dance floor. And sometimes that's more entertaining than anything else that happens.
It's entertaining, and there's also a smile that comes to your face because you know that after all of this, she is having the time of her life, and there are memories that are gonna, you know, fun conversations that will happen at the dinner table for years to come, and great memories. And that's, I mean, that for me is, in this time, what I'm missing the most is really that social aspect that we don't get to be a part of right now. And
we play a role in making people's lives be vibrant and mark them.
Right. So tell, you know, not to go into what the world is right now. We all know it's not in a place where we want to be, but I know that Max Ultimate is really doing some interesting and clever ways of creating a new Max for the new world. And tell us a little bit about what you're doing and you know, how that works.
Sure. So as you and I have discussed over the last couple months, we spent the first 2 weeks when the COVID pandemic started rescheduling all of our spring events to the fall. And then we realized, you know, 2 months ago, we thought we could do that. We know that that's not going to happen. But we were and we were open. We had full staff. We were just leaning into a super busy time. And when I saw all the business basically disseminate, we responded quickly with what we call Max at Home, and it's our dinner delivery service. It still represents our brand. The food looks like our food. It's the quality of our food. We are lucky enough to have a fantastic group of clients that immediately supported us. Like, I'm lucky enough to have lots of clients that either don't cook, you know, whatever it is, whatever reasons, they wanted our services. So that's been hugely successful. We have it posted online on our website. The menu changes every 2 weeks. And when there are occasions like Mother's Day, Passover, Easter, things of that nature, we do specialty menus. So it's really easy for people to order our products. And I mean, we're very proud of them. It's well packaged. quality is good. It's easy for our clients to be customers because you don't have to pick little things and try to figure out what to do with it. Moving forward, we're offering menus that are feeling a little bit more casual, summery. We're just putting together some new menus that aren't launched yet, where it can be, you can order party kits for 10 or 15, 25 people so that you can get the food and beverage you want. You can either get service or not service. People will gradually start figuring that out as society opens. This past Saturday, I had my first catered event.
Wow.
There's only 15 people, and it was a manager was a server and a chef. And it was at a family that we know, so they were comfortable with us being in their home. But moving forward, I think this summer we're going to see where people want an opportunity to especially do outdoor things where they can distance responsibly. It'll be easy in the summer. It'll be more casual. By doing the Max at Home program, it is the one and only thing that has kept our brand in the marketplace, and that was crucial.
Absolutely.
Because if we close the doors or if we pull back, we don't have a presence. And I don't know when you decide to reappear. You can't do that.
Right.
I have a great creative team. So we've learned a lot about, even what a dinner at home program means. I mean, it forced us to think about lots of details that we never had to think about. The virtual gala season is upon us. I have, lucky enough, Huntington Theater Company is doing a strong, they're going to a strong, successful fundraiser with their gala. We are sending sweet and savory snacks to 275 homes with a cocktail part of it, and we'll be doing probably about 60 or 70 dinner boxes that we'll be delivering that night as well. So we see these as opportunities. I think that we've helped organizations try to figure out how to approach it. We don't know all the technical stuff like you. I mean, you and I, we share the same brain, and you're better at it than me, but at least we do know how to do food and beverage. And so we're thinking of ways to do food and beverage in the place to where we are right now, in these strange, surreal times.
And that's why we have experts like you doing what you do. I mean, just like you, 3 months ago, I didn't know the first thing about virtual events. And now we're becoming experts. In order to be relevant, you need to be producing something that people need.
Or you get left behind.
Exactly.
We're not ready for that to happen yet.
So what are you most looking forward to do when you're able?
This may sound trite or trivial, but I just want to be able to gather people together. When we start doing that, there's going to be a lot of restrictions. It's not going to feel like what we're used to. I'm afraid it's going to take the soul out of events. So when we finally get on the other side of that, I'm going to be really excited.
Right.
And look, I said, we have a very creative team here. So I'm confident that when we start going back, food and beverage service is going to be different.
Yeah.
We're looking at it as a creative opportunity rather than, what are we going to do? So in that regard, it's exciting, I have to say. And I have lots of younger, creative, arty people that work for me, and I think that everybody's totally into it. And so that will be fun, and we are trying to stay on the optimistic side of what we're going to do in terms of services again.
And then my last question, which I always just like to ask, and it's just, I don't know, but what's your favorite color?
Blue.
Huh.
At least today.
Just today?
Yesterday was probably green.
That's my favorite color, is green.
I say blue, but honestly, it's probably more green, because green has a broader range of, it can be greenish or it can be bluish in between.
Well, thank you so much for doing this today. It is such a nice way to connect and have a chance for us to share Max's story and to hear about what you're doing. And when I talk about the other half of the brain, just so everyone knows, Neal and I have had sort of a joke between the two of us that he has one half of my brain and I have one half of his brain. Because when we're on events, when he's thinking of something, I can usually tell him what it is, and vice versa.
And
So,
when we aren't together and I have a question, I can send a text to her and say, "What's in your side of the brain? Because I'm stuck here."
well,
That's rare. That's rare. I love
it is rare, and I love you, and I hope we can do this forever, for many, many more years. So, thank you for doing this, and look forward to seeing you soon.
it. Bye.
Bye.